Traore on his feet then. Ready to rejoin us as this free kick is flooded in towards the near post, but Brian Jensen takes it cleanly. The Beast, they call him, into his second season here at the club. When he joined in Stan Ternent's last season, replacing Nick Mikopoulos from the season before last. Of course, Steve Cottrell hasn't had much money in the transfer window. He's only spent $30,000 on Mike Duff. Burnley had a throw. Zach Whitbread in there with a sliding tackle. Gary Cahill involved there, and he's involved again. Now Warnock having to do a little bit of defensive work. Chapo right in there, got the ball. Oh, and Warnock hacked at him there. And that's got to be a free kick to Burnley and a possible yellow card there for Stephen Warnock. Mark Cottenberg says no, just a free kick. You can see there, Chaplow getting the ball cleanly, and then Warnock just wipes him out. It was a daft little challenge, and I'm surprised the referee hasn't booked him for that. This game, of course, has John Louis Valois to take the free kick. Has re-signed now. His deal was meant to run out this week, but they've signed on to the end of the season now, we're told, as the free kick comes charging in there. An opportunity now for Tony Grant, and Valois onside. Now, what a chance for him now, crossing off the defender. It will be a corner. And Burnley in this rearranged FA Cup third round, making good early progress against the Premier League side, of course, managed for the first time this year this season by Rafa Benitez, replacing Gerard Hurley at the back end of last season. It's another corner there as well. One mucked it in, and Nunes, one of the new faces this season at Anfield, concedes the corner, and that's Burnley's fourth corner they've won on in this cup tie so far. And again, Chapo's in there as you would expect, and McGreal's in there too, the former Tranmere player. A cracking atmosphere here at Turf Moor as it is on nights like this. As Valois takes the corners, he takes them from both sides incidentally, and there's the old campaigner Frank Sinclair coming in at the near post. And unfortunately, just couldn't get the purchase needed from the header. It was 6 yards out, but it was on top of his head and not on the forehead, as he would have liked to. Has scored a goal in the Wembley final, albeit in the League Cup. We'll come up towards a quarter of an hour played here at Turf Moor in a rearranged third round. It is a rearranged. It's not a rearranged. It's a rearranged game. It's not a replay, incidentally. The other replays will take place tomorrow. And the original fixture was supposed to be played a week and a half ago on a Friday night, and unfortunately, the heavens opened and the rain. There was a torrential downpouring of rain that Friday night, and it called the referee to call it off. Burnley and Liverpool have had to wait 11 days to get this game on. The pitch still doesn't look in pristine condition, but Burnley will fancy their chances if they get another throw-in, incidentally. And it's going to be Mo Kamara to take. And we've come up to past the 15-minute mark in this third round cup tie here in this 2005 FA Cup competition. As remember, it's a Liverpool side not containing Steven Gerrard. They do have Milan Baroš, who was the top scorer in Euro 2004. There's a Liverpool player gone down there, and I'm not sure who it might be. We'll just have to see what happened there. Oh, it was a challenge there on, might have been Mo Kamara. Then there was a little bit of a crowd scene. There was a little bit of afters going on, but everything seems to be fine. There's Whitbread has the ball. I can't tell you who's down there. It doesn't look a happy sight anyway, I can tell you. There's Florence Cinema Bongo, who's had nothing to do really in this. He's not had any service at all in the opening exchanges, and he really hasn't offered himself to the midfielders. He needs to show a bit more, I think, if he needs to get better service. And I think it's Nunes who's down injured, in fact, and he's off the field. Brian Jensen, of course. Well, isn't that a kick clash? I think the goalkeeper may have to change his jersey. It certainly clashes with Liverpool's fluorescent yellow. Brian Jensen is in an old goalkeeper strip of all gold tonight. Gold and yellow really doesn't mix. As McGreal keeps it in on the far side, has to concede. John McGreal, who is a season ticket holder. There's Brian Jensen. That's the predicament, really. Mark Clattenburg, they want him to change the kit at some point. Sammy Hippier is the captain tonight in place of Steven Gerrard. Nunes is okay to continue. Ball just holding up a little bit on this very heavy pitch. Traore gets it back to Whitbread. Now here's Hippier. Gets it long and forward and looking to pick out a man on the far side, but the ball is out of play. It was Potter. And in the end, he couldn't keep it in play. No, it's a cup tie that's it's been blood and thunder from the start. Injuries, and two Liverpool players have got injured. Traore early on in the first half, and now Nunes has picked up a little knock. This is Traore now for Liverpool. And really, Liverpool really, even with a much changed squad, will obviously think about their chances, as Rafa Benitez played a very dangerous game here, because Burnley are giving as good as they've got in this first half. And what about that for skill? Fantastic skill there. And here's Kamara. And the cross whipped in with too much venom. He wasn't going to find Ian Moore inside the area. But what lovely skill by Jean-Louis Valois. Shows what a class act he's been. You may recall in a League Cup game, I'm sure many Burnley fans will remember it, that he absolutely ripped Aston Villa to shreds in a Carling Cup tie earlier on in the season. Scored a couple of goals in a 3-1 victory. And we're going to have a change of goalkeeper jersey for Brian Jensen. I think that was going to be a little bit of an issue. He's got the darker goalkeeping jersey. It's so one of the backroom staff is just there we are. So he's going to change over. He's a big beast of a goalkeeper. He must be something like 14, 15 stone, Brian Jensen. And he's a big, tall man, very muscular goalkeeper. Signed from West Bromwich Albion. And of course, under REBA regulations, you've now got to tuck your shirt in. If I was Brian Jensen, I took it out again. So he's going to be wearing a dark goalkeeper jersey. Mark Clattenburg just making sure that all is well in the world. Having a little giggle. Halfway through the first half in this third round cup tie. So no extra time. Just to remind you, this is a game that should have taken place 11 days ago. And if it was to end a draw here tonight, then we'd have to do it all over again at Anfield. God knows what that would do if it was to end a draw. When would that take place? That's the age-old question. As Brian Jensen takes the goal kick then in his new darker goalkeeping jersey, as the ball breaks to Ian Moore. Now a chance for Hyde. He's done well, and now Chaplow. The flag has stayed down. The cross comes in. It comes off Traore. It's a corner, and Burnley have fought plenty of those in the opening exchanges of the first half. Well, Michael Hyde winning the ball. Chaplow just beating the offside trap. Ian Moore was making a galloping run into the centre. But Traore was wise to that in the end. And it's Jean-Louis Valois to take the corner. Number 25 in there. Moore on the near post. McGreal and Sinclair up from the back. And it came in towards the far post. The shot coming in and wide. It was Micah Hyde, the former Watford man. Reached the semi-finals with Watford 2 years ago when they were beaten by Southampton at Villa Park. He hit it first time on the volley, and he didn't catch it that brilliantly. But then again, he didn't go far wide. McGreal's header. Valois in again. Well, there's a chance now for Liverpool to try and exploit something here down this far side. The cross coming in. And it's high in the air. Will Sinclair deal with it? Yes, he will. Holds it up for a throw. It is very difficult out there on a very heavy surface. The elements, certainly on a cold winter's night in Burnley, is going to shake up one or two of the foreigners as Nunes wins a corner for Liverpool. Corners have been in short supply for them so far in the first period. Thus far, this game starting to come to the boil all of a sudden, and still 0-0 as that ball comes in. Oh, Traore's header. There's a bit of a crowd scene in there, and here's Graham Branch. Oh, rather he lost the ball. Moor to pick it up, finds Hyde. Chaplow. Hyde again. And Mokamara trying to keep it in on the far side, but he's lost it. But Igor Biscan, in fact, had the shot. It was Biscan's header, sorry. And that could have led to one or two troubles in that Burnley defence. But it still remains goalless at Turf Moor. And the third round proper of the FA Cup. And of course, the world's greatest cup competition, seen all around the world in masses of countries and territories and everything else. It's one of the world's greatest cup competitions. Been going now for well over 120 odd years. The 125th anniversary next season. Meanwhile, the throne wasn't taken properly, and Mark Clattenburg it's a free kick rather that wasn't taken properly, or it was taken too quickly. So Clattenburg, the referee, has invited Valois to try again. McGreal and Sinclair up from the back. Valois with the free kick in towards Kale, I think it might have been. And Sinclair did well. Chaplow playing the ball back in there. Lovely turn. Chance inside the area for Ian Moore. Goes down. I think he was looking for a possible penalty there. Here's Hyde chipping it in there. It's all getting a little bit feisty through there, and a chance now for Valois. Just got stuck in the mud. A little bit of a pinball machine. Sammy up here and Zach Ripper between and getting it away as we come towards the half-hour mark. Now Cinnamon upon goal, miscontrols, and Burnley get a throw. And Liverpool know they're in some kind of a cup tie now. I don't think there's any doubt about that. It's a super tie, this. Being played in a terrific spirit. It's a proper blood and thunder FA Cup tie, this. 3-kick Liverpool. That's the action areas for the first half. Only 9% has been played in the Burnley half and 20% for Liverpool. Burnley have a throw in here. And Gary Cahill again up from the back, the youngster on loan from Aston Villa. Alongside Sinclair and McGreal, the usual suspects. Just look at all that mud on the field. It's a proper boggy FA Cup style tie. A throwback to the olden days. In fact, it's a corner taken by Valois. Into the penalty area it went. And it's high up in the air. Dudek caught it, but it has gone behind. And it will be another Burnley corner. And they've had masses of corners so far. It just needs the one good delivery from John Louis Valois, and Burnley could be in quite a bit of business. Valois with the corner. In it goes. KO was lurking as well. The ball was hooked out towards Valois. Hits it first time on the cross, and the goalkeeper in trouble. And he was checked there by Sinclair. Well, we've had 39 minutes of the first half. We're inside the last 6 minutes of the first half of this third round cup tie. This is not a replay, remember. Valois to take the 3-kick for Burnley. 0-0 as the 3-kick is floated into the penalty area once again. And here's... now Roach has been found wanted, and here's a chance for Florence Sidham upon goal. And Roach now trying to get back at him, and Brian Jensen. Superb goalkeeping there. Florence Sidham upon goal, left very disappointed. But Lee Roach bailed out there by his goalkeeper. And Burnley could have conceded, albeit against the run of the play. The way the first half has gone, Burnley should really be in the lead by now, but you can't dish Liverpool's potency on the break, and unfortunately Florence Sidham upon goal just didn't have the necessary finish. They do have Milan Baros on the bench. No Steven Gerrard, remember. Burnley really need to carry on here and just see it out to half time here, because Liverpool are having a good little spell. Here's Whitbread. It's a long ball in, but Sinclair is there to mop up for Burnley. And the shot comes in. Oh, well held by Jensen. And it was Welsh with the shot. Oh, into the last couple of minutes of an high-octane first half in the third round of the FA Cup, but still no goals. Valwar trying a shot to a cross. I think he was trying to cross Steve Cottrell. He can't believe it. And I'm sure he'll be proud of the way his side have dug in and took the game to Burnley, took the game to Liverpool. I think he'll have to be pleased with that aspect of the game. So we've had 45 minutes, and our fourth official, Howard Webb, shows us that there's just 2 added minutes at the end of the first half. And what a first half it has been without any goals, but Burnley have really took the game, certainly to Liverpool, in the aspect of this cup tie. It's really good to watch. Here's Zach Whitbread for Liverpool, who are in the last 16 of the Champions League, of course. And they could win their 5th European Cup if all goes well for them. It's a tough draw they've got. And here's Mo Kamara now. Oh, what a run that could be. But back comes Sami Hyypiä, the coolness and experience there from the standing Liverpool captain in the signing place of Steven Gerrard, who's not in the lineups tonight. He's not in the 18. Cinema upon goal. And in comes Mo Kamara. Good tackle again. Traore. Whitbread. Remember, the winners will play Bournemouth. And Sean O'Driscoll, I believe, is in the crowd tonight to check out the current form. Will he be going to Turf Moor, or will he be going to Anfield? That is the question that needs to be answered, neither tonight or another time, as the shot comes in, and well held at the second time of asking from Brian Jensen. This time Potter with the shot, and well held by Jensen. He hits one long and high in the air. The locals call his goal kicks something in the aching to be in the stratosphere, because he kicks them so high in the air. In most games, they always refer to these goal kicks as stratospheric, and then here's another one of his stratospheric goal kicks going high into the Burnley skyline. As Sinclair just hooks it back to Brian Jensen once again. Will he try another stratospheric kick? He will indeed, and that brings us to the end of a very high-octane first half. Burnley certainly have had the better of things, but Liverpool came back into it in the last 5 minutes, forced a couple of opportunities. Chapel has done really well, but Burnley are doing more than their fair share, and they're holding Liverpool here. Half-time in this third round of the FA Cup. It's Burnley 0, Liverpool 0, and Steve Cottrell will have to gene them up now for a long cold second half, because the energy they used in that first 45 minutes was brilliant. Well, here's some of the action from the first half. These were the early saves. This was Chapel going clean through early doors and forcing a good save from Dudek. And Hyypiä bailing him out. It was a little bit ball over the top by Jean-Louis Valwar. And that was a good effort and a good save there by the goalkeeper, Jizzy Dudek. And then another opportunity from a corner. And again, Dudek having to pull off another magnificent save. Burnley have had lots of corners in this first half. Haven't been able to profit from them. That was Micah Hyde with the shot. Well, we're back out for the second half, and there is Dudek. I want to talk about his future at Liverpool. He's got the opportunity to impress Rafa Benitez and Stephen Warnock. Well, the stats read as this: 0-0 at half-time. Burnley have had 6 attempts to Liverpool 4, and 2 on target for Burnley, but Liverpool have had 3 on target as the Clarets come out. 7 corners to 1 in Burnley's favour, and offside Burnley have been caught offside 3 times, and 5 fouls to 4 in favour of Burnley. And No yellow cards for either side and none sent off so far. So great stuff. And Burnley have edged it on the possession by 10%, 55% of the Clarets, 45 to Liverpool. So we're all set to go in the second half. There's Sean O'Driscoll, the Bournemouth manager. We'll be wondering whether his team will be going to Anfield or Turf Moor here for the fourth round. I'm sure his players will want a money-spinning trip to Anfield, but at the moment, as things stand, it's not going to be that way. As Rafa Benitez does an old jog there. There he is. So Potter and Sunam on goal, about to get us up and running again in this second half. No changes from either side as we wait for all the bench, all the backroom staff and the substitutes and the managers to clear off the field of play. It is a long walk from the changing rooms to the two benches over on the far side. But we're all set to go now for the second half of the third round of the FA Cup. The tie that that should have been staged 11 days ago. Has certainly had some frills and spills. Proper cup tie fair, but still no goals. Here's McGreal, one ball forward. Up towards far in Moor. And look at this. Good running from Chaplow. Heidi's making a run. Oh, it's an own goal. It's an own goal by Traore. 6 minutes into the second half. And Burnley are in front. And on balance of play, they deserved it. But it was a bit of good fortune for the Clarets, but they've earned that fortune tonight. There's no doubt about that. What a great ball to Richard Chaplow. McGreal to Chaplow. Back to McGreal again. Hooking it forward. Then Moore with the flick. It was lovely build-up play from the Clarets. And there was the cross. And what was Jimmy Traore playing at? It's a gift for Burnley, but it's a gift really on the balance of play that has been richly deserved. And, Traore will not look back in fondness at that. Well, this is the own goal again. You've got to say, great persistence from Chaplow, playing it into the danger zone. There was a man at the back post, and Traore was in two mans what to do with it. But he's gifted Burnley the lead, but it's a deserved lead on the balance of play. With 58.5 minutes just about gone. Burnley have a free kick, KO to take it. So Burnley have a goal to defend, and they have been on top for most of it. And they've got themselves, I think, a throw-in. Well, no, I think it's a throw to Liverpool, actually. It's Raven to take. Now they've got problems. The man from Anfield, Rafa Benitez, is Red Revolution, 1-0 down. And in big trouble here, and in danger of going out the first hurdle of the FA Cup. And here, as a Liverpool player gone down, it's getting a little bit feisty in the centre of the field as we come up to almost an hour gone. Jimmy Traore, what will be going through his mind right now? Has his error of judgment cost Burnley dear? What a good tackle that by Moore, and then there was a little bit of an afters there from Warnock. And then Sinclair went charging in there with Whitbread. A little bit feisty now. Bit of needle coming into the game. Liverpool obviously annoyed that they've got to go down, but they deserve to go down on balance of play. Couple of meaty challenges here. Sinclair was certainly involved. Moore was there. Warnock was very, very hard in that tackle, I have to say. And then Whitbread was certainly high as well. I have to say, very lucky that both Liverpool players should have got away with yellow cards and their own free kicks. Meanwhile, we've got a problem for Foreign Cinema upon goal. And it's getting a little bit tough out there now. There is Milan Baros on the bench as well. There he is, the top scorer in the European Championships last year. Kamara, Bauer, Chaplow. Lovely play. Here's Mo Kamara. Oh, just didn't have the legs. Roach might just keep it in play though. He has. And wins his team a throw. Well played. Well, Moor will be quite relieved because that cross was a very, very overhit sort of cross. As the ball's played forward, Sinclair with the cross. And it's another throw. This game really coming to the bone now with 63.5 minutes gone. Micah Hyde. Burnley 1, Liverpool 0. Little chip in there. Couldn't find Ian Moore. But he'll keep it alive here. Liverpool, former Liverpool season ticket holder, been taken out there by young Raven. And he gets a yellow card from Mark Clattenburg, the referee. This is how it happened. Moore taking him out there. Or getting away. And then Raven just going in very hard. Taking Moore out. David Raven then, the first, is into the referee's notebook. And here's a chance for Varwa. With the free kick. Floats it into the danger zone. And Whitbread got an important interception there for Liverpool. But it's Chapwell for Burnley. Looked like he was bundled out there. And Mr. Clattenburg felt it was a fair challenge. I have to say it looked a free kick from where I was sitting. And Howard Webb actually pointing towards the injury there for Richard Chaplow as Milan Barac is going to come on. And he plays in a number 5 shirt. But, well, what a bad night for Jimmy Traore. Not been his night. Silly own goal, an injury. It's not been his night by not a long shot. 25 to go. Richard Chaplow now just receiving treatment there on the far side. I think all is well with the world now. Steve Cottrell knows he's on the verge of a massive, massive scalp here in the FA Cup. He's taken scalps at Villa. They took the scalp of Aston Villa. They took Spurs all the way before being beaten in the end in the Carling Cup. Now they're on the verge of knocking out Liverpool. And Burnley looking to continue some good cup shocks. Of course, they knocked out Fulham a few years ago. And they have knocked some big teams out over the years. They were quarter-finalists as recent as 2 years ago under Stan Ternent. Here's Micah Hyde now. Chaplow is having plenty to say on this match so far. Very highly rated. Hyde with a shot. And into the Jimmy McElroy stand. Chaplow here has run himself into the ground tonight. He's worked so hard. He's probably been Burnley's best player. Look at this. And you can see why he's highly rated. A long ball forward now for Barash to chase. And KL got there. And he's been penalised. He's been penalised to the disappointment of the crowd and the disappointment of Gary KL himself. You feel that Barash has made a little bit of a meal of it. Look at that. I think that's a pathetic decision from Mark Clattenburg. He got the ball for me. Oh, Chaplow going in a little bit hard there on Cinema Pongo. And referee Clattenburg and Pongo. Oh, he raised an arm there. Pongo should be going for me. There was no way to retaliate. Richard Chaplow, yes, it was a bit of a bruising tackle, but Cinema Pongo had no reason to have a retaliation. And Chaplow's been booked, but I honestly think Cinema Pongo should be booked for his reaction afterwards. You can't book one player and not book the other, in my opinion. Now Mr. Clattenburg trying to get the Burnley wall back the full distance of 10 yards. 20 minutes just under to play. Can Burnley hold him out as that ball comes in? And well taken by Brian Jensen. It was a terrific take. And here goes Mo Kamara. He's on his way. Now then, Mo Kamara. He's only got more in the penalty area. And in fact, the cross got a deflection on it. And Burnley have won it back. And here's Graham Branch. Oh, John Louis Varwell, rather. A little chip in there by him. Towards the back post. And a chance for Chaplow! Great save from Dudek. It should be a Burnley corner. The goalkeeper's saved that. But the referee keeping in the wisdom of making strange decisions tonight, has given a goal kick strangely to Liverpool, and Dudek clearly saves it. And this angle will show you in greater detail he saved it. Should be a corner. Once again, the referee getting the decisions wrong tonight. He's got a lot to learn still as an elite referee, Mark Clattenburg. He's certainly got the potential to be a top referee, but on this occasion, it's just he's having an absolute nightmare tonight. But not Burnley. They're having a party here, and if they can hold on for 18 minutes more plus stoppage time, they're going to be playing Bournemouth. And what a fillip that could be. This is Baros, and he's away from one. Now then, here's a chance now. Chance here for the shot to be pulled, and it's wide of the target from Welsh. And that just, well, it's Potter rather. Potter with the shot. There's Baros. There's Potter. And I think Chaplow or McGill might have closed him down. Here's Nunes. Inside again, but it's lost again, and Micah Hyde picks it up for Burnley. Long ball looking towards Ian Moore. Good at holding the ball up. Here's Chaplow. Trying a long-range shot. It will break for Valois. Still Jean-Louis Valois. What silky skills that is. And Valois tries to chip the goalkeeper and almost succeeded in doing so. Here's Nunes for Liverpool. It's beginning to be a proper cup tie, this. And a foul given. Jean-Louis Valois, the culprit. Mark Clattenburg, oh, for God's sake, he's not calling him over, is he? He's not calling him over, is he? Certainly wasn't a yellow card offence. But Mark Clattenburg is adamant it's a yellow card. I don't think it was a yellow card. And keeping in tone with some strange decisions that Mr. Clattenburg has made tonight, books Jean-Louis Valois, and I don't think it was a caution card, I have to be honest. I think it's very, very unfortunate. Meanwhile, Liverpool have made a change. Well, Liverpool have got less than a quarter of an hour if they're going to force a replay at Anfield. Well, Burnley will be hoping that's not the case. Here's Baros. And he's running down a good side of the pitch. That's a good ball in. And then the ball ricochets over the bar. The goal kick. But Baros making the initial break down the right. He's probably done more since he's come on than he has done. And the rest of his team came on, did in an hour. 9 minutes to go. A few nails being bitten and a few Burnley fans in the crowd not daring to look. Knowing that they're so tantalisingly close to a home draw with Bournemouth in the next round should they win, hold on and win here tonight. And what a win it could be for Burnley if they could get the game won. Comfortably mid-table in the Championship as the shot goes over the top. And well, it just sums up Liverpool's night in some respects. As the ball was chipped forward by young Neil Mellor. Warnock playing the ball in. It's a poor ball and intercepted with great authority there by Micah Hyde. He's had a terrific match as well. But Burnley have lost out again. Now they've got some defending to do here. As Liverpool close in and a possible equaliser. The shot goes wide. And it just sums up their night in a nutshell. Roach there, a little bit stupid there, giving the ball away. You don't give the ball away in that area. Liverpool then had men over, and then the shot just went well wide, as it turned out, from Igor Biscan. 4 minutes to go. Still Burnley 1-0 up. But here's Nunes now for Liverpool. And Baros. Nunes to his left. Slides in there and Tony Grant's been knocked to the ball, off the ball, and the referee surely has got to take strong action. It's a red card. It's a red card for Nunes. And it's greeted with universal approval around three sides of Turf Moor. And I think it's the correct decision. Here it is again. Well, there's a little bit of coming together. Tony Grant is there, and Nunes in with the elbow. Floors Grant, and he has to walk. Straight red card. No ifs, no buts, no maybes at all about that. It's turning into a horror night for Rafa Benitez, but it's turning into a dream night for Burnley. Tony Grant is receiving treatment now. Cinema Bongo's having a pop, and he'd be advised to shut up. Ryan Edson trying to calm the situation down. Well, it was a coming together. Nunes could have been booked there, and then, well, he lost his geography there. You can't do that. That's out in the street. That's a full-blown assault. Well, there's one Burnley fan who'll be absolutely happy if it stays that way. The former Prime Minister's Secretary, Alistair Campbell, a terrific Burnley fan since the days of the 60s, and now and Pongo is completely losing his marbles. A yellow card has been awarded, I think, to Baros for handball. Baros has been booked for handball. He used his arm. Here's the replay again. Yep, hands it is. And again, another correct decision from Mr. Clattenburg. He should have booked Cinema Pongo there for persistent complaining as well. We're into stoppage time now. Dudek now. Burnley fans offering prayers, offering hope, offering the referee to blow his final whistle as the long ball comes in. Jensen takes the ball superbly. Terrific goalkeeping. Here's Valois. Long ball forward, and here's the ever-running Richard Chaplow. He'll take it to the corner flag. Seconds left now, standing between Burnley and a place in the fourth round. It's been a marvellous performance from the Clarets tonight. Kamara, Valois. Burnley are nearly there now. Liverpool looking to go forward again. Baros can't get it forward, hooked away by Sinclair. Offside against Ian Moore. We've played 3 minutes of injury time. There can't be much more to come now. Hippier's free kick. And they all pile in there, the yellow shirts, but it's tucked away. Final whistle! Burnley have done it! Steve Cottrell knocks out Rafa Benitez. And the 10 men of Liverpool bow out of the FA Cup. An own goal from Traore decided it. And Burnley will play Bournemouth in round 4.